Welcome to today's podcast. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 phrases to de-escalate a defensive autistic partner. Now, if you are an NT wife married to a husband with ASD, you already know this moment. You say something small, maybe you ask about the bills, maybe you say, hey, that hurt my feelings. Maybe you just want to talk about something that feels off, and suddenly he's defensive, his tone changes, he's explaining, correcting, blaming, or shutting down completely. And now you're not talking about the issue anymore, you're managing the explosion. So today I'm going to give you 5 scripts, not theories, not psychology jargon, actual sentences you can use in the moment. Now, these scripts work because they anchor emotion without interpretation. They lower the threat level, they reduce the I'm being attacked reaction that often triggers defensiveness in ASD, and just as important, they protect you, the NT wife, from spiraling into panic or over-explaining. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into the scripts, I have one important reframe. In many men with ASD, defensiveness isn't arrogance, it's nervous system overload. Criticism, even mild feedback, can feel like a global failure, loss of control, rejection, or I'm bad. So they move quickly into explaining, justifying, correcting your wording, or shutting down. Now, if you argue content, you escalate the threat. If you anchor emotion without adding interpretation, you reduce it. That's what these scripts do. So here's script number 1. The I'm not blaming you anchor. When he says, why are you attacking me? Or starts defending himself intensely, you can say, you know what? I'm not blaming you, I'm just trying to share how I'm feeling. Then you're going to pause, and that's it. Not, I'm not blaming you, but, okay? No, but. Now, why does this work? You remove the accusation frame, you don't debate his defensiveness, and you don't correct him. You simply reduce the perceived threat. Many ASD husbands hear criticism even when you're expressing emotion. This script shifts the focus from fault to experience, and it keeps you calm. Here it is again. I'm not blaming you for doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to share how I am feeling. Don't forget that script. Write it down. Script 2. The emotional clarifier. So when he begins correcting your facts, well, that's not what happened, or you're always exaggerating. You remembered it wrong. Instead of defending your memory, say, I'm not debating the facts. I'm just telling you how it felt to me. Now, that's powerful. You're separating facts from impact. You're not fighting about details. You're anchoring experience. Now, for many autistic men, factual correction is a way to regain stability. This script allows him to keep his version of events while still validating your emotional reality. It reduces escalation because you're no longer in a courtroom. And here's the script again. When he begins correcting the facts, you can say, oh, I'm not debating the facts. I'm just telling you how it felt to me. It's my download, my feelings, I'll own it. Script number 3, the pace regulator. Now, when his voice rises, or his body tightens up, or he starts rapid fire explaining, you can say calmly, okay, well, I can see this feels intense for you right now, so let's slow it down. You're not accusing him of yelling. You're not saying he's overreacting. You're regulating pace. Now, this works because defensiveness in ASD often comes from cognitive flooding. So when processing overload hits, speed increases. So slowing tempo lowers arousal. And here's the key. Your tone must match the script. Slow, measured, steady. You become the nervous system stabilizer in the moment. And here's the script again. I can see this feels intense right now. Let's just slow it down for a bit. Script number 4, the shared goal reminder. When he shifts into, well, you always, or you never, you can say, okay, well, I'm not trying to win anything here or dominate. I'm just trying to feel close to you. Now, this reframes the entire interaction because many autistic men unconsciously enter debate mode. They think the goal is accuracy. But with your script here, you're reminding him that the goal is connection. That sentence disarms competition. It makes it relational, and often you actually see the energy shift. Here's the script again. He's being exaggeratory. You always this, or you never that, or every time we did it. Okay. And you say, okay, you know what? I'm not trying to win anything here. I'm just trying to feel close to you. Script number 5. The pause without punishment. When it's escalating, no matter what, instead of saying, well, just forget it, or whatever, or walking away angrily, you can say, you know what? I care about this too much to fight about it right now. Let's just pause and we'll come back to it later. Now, that's not withdrawal. That's containment. ASD defensiveness can spiral fast. You've lived it. And once adrenaline rises, logic decreases. So pausing protects both of you. And the phrase, I care about this too much, prevents him from interpreting pause as rejection. Here's the script again. Things are escalating, and you can say, I care about this too much to fight about it. Let's just pause and we'll come back to it later. Now here's something important. This is what these scripts are not. They're not submission. They're not you taking responsibility for his emotions, but they are tactical de-escalation tools. You're lowering threats so that communication can happen, meltdowns can be prevented, shutdowns can be reduced. But here's something critical. If he's verbally abusive, mocking you, or intentionally cruel, that's not ASD defensiveness. That's behavior that needs boundaries. These scripts are for nervous system defensiveness, not emotional harm. Now here's the deeper principle. I want you to notice something about all 5 scripts here. They remove blame, they remove interpretation, they remove global language, they lower the speed of the conversation, and they anchor emotion. They do not argue content, because once you argue content, you're inside the spiral. Your goal is not to prove your point in the first 5 minutes. Your goal is to regulate the moment. Connection first, clarity second. Now, if you're the NT wife in this dynamic, I want to say something gently. You are often the emotional stabilizer in the marriage, and that can be exhausting. These scripts are not about silencing yourself. They're about creating a bridge so your voice can actually be heard. And over time, if you consistently lower the threat level, most ASD husbands begin to defend less, listen more, stay present longer, not perfectly, but noticeably, and that changes the marriage. Now, if this was helpful, tell me in the comments which script you're going to try first. And if you'd like companion videos from the autistic husband's perspective, let me know. You're not crazy for wanting emotional safety, and you're not wrong for wanting to be heard. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you.